On October 1957, the first artificial satellite, Sputnik, was launched into orbit by the Soviet Union. It was a moment that changed the world and kicked off the space age. And here's one way that it looked, or at least one way that we can imagine it may have looked. It's not a real photograph but a painting. And it was painted in the style of the Cold War era. You can see the stark, bright light of the rocket against the dark blue, black night sky. The light is also reflecting on the snow on the ground and illuminating the faces of the Soviet engineers who are bundled up in their winter clothes, scarves and hats. You can feel the cold just emanating off of this painting. In the background, there's a snowy forest. In the foreground, there's a military truck with what looks like an armored personnel carrier driving through the snow towards the launch site. This was the first Sputnik launch. There would be many more to come. But this painting captures a very specific moment in history, and it does so without showing us the most important thing, the rocket itself. It's not pointed at the viewer. We don't get to see the full form of it. It's partially obscured by the forest in the background, and instead we focus on the details. The details of the snow, the cold, the light illuminating the faces of these people. It's interesting to think about how this event would have been viewed by the Soviet people, how they would have seen it, how they would have celebrated this moment in history. But it's also important to remember the Cold War context of this image. Even though this was a moment of triumph for the Soviet Union, for the people who saw this, it would have been a cause for celebration. For many people around the world, it would have been a cause for concern. And that's what this image does so well. It captures that feeling of unease, that feeling of dread that comes along with the dawning of the space age. The artist who painted this is named David A. Hardy. He was a British artist known for his science and technology-themed paintings. He died in 2022. This painting is now in the collection of the National Air and Space Museum.